Hey, what's happening? It's Lucas. Once again, another weekend of adventure and wonder and community. So yeah, had a really great weekend. Got down to Ogden and hit up what they call punks and punchlines. So you got comedians, you got a band, comedians and a band, kind of alternate for the show, which is really cool. There was not a lot of people there. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things I'm noticing about the community when it comes to music and everything. There's as we all know, there is a certain type of music that the masses follow, and it's not always that of the heavier metal style nature anymore. It doesn't seem like the masses. There are a group of community orientated people that do follow the underground scene with metal. It's just very small per se. There's different groups throughout the Salt Lake, area that they specify on certain types of music. They tend to hang around in the same circles and everything. Community has gone different as of the last couple months, and so I like to be one of the prime key people in playing an advocate to build the community, because I know it can be stronger and it's got enough musicians in it to bring forth a feeling of unity throughout the community within the music scene. And I think it helps to build the trust between musicians and bands, and it's just really different to be able to look out and see where things could be enhanced, and knowing that I'm smack dab in the middle of all the transitioning of the music scene. It's pretty cool. It's a good time to be in the music scene. It's a great time because we got, as the world continues to decay, what it seems, or rebuild at the same time, music is a thing that people turn to when anxiety hits, due to pre-programming, due to everything media shoots out at us. We can always, at least for me, I can always zero back into grounding through music, whether it be playing or listening. Playing has a better effect on me, but listening can do just as good as anything else. So I did that Friday night, and hung out over at buddy's house, stayed the night at his house, and then went over to my brother's house Saturday morning. And so Slug Magazine, Salt Lake City Underground Magazine, had their 37th anniversary at Metro Music Hall in Salt Lake last night. 37 bands played one song. They had kind of like the more popular bands, it seems like they got the big stage, and then kind of the underground EDM style of music, electronic music, DJs played that, the mini stage they had built in there. Very interesting. It was a very interesting night. The whole day was actually interesting. I went and played at my buddy Adrian's, got my started focusing on tuning into some music that's harder to play, different change ups, just trying to keep my chops built up, keep my mind open to not always having to play the same thing, get more influences in me to be able to play out when in the moments of doing so. Spontaneous combustion through drums is what I do. So anyways, then we ended up, I went and visited several people throughout Saturday, waiting for, the anniversary show. And I met up with my family from Wicked Temple. What's up, boys? Well, most of the band. I think there was one that wasn't there. Anyways, went over to Big Willie's and shot pool and drank a little bit. I didn't drink too much because I'm always traveling, so I don't try to do dumb things anymore, thank God. But we didn't watch all the bands. We went and hung out because to stand around at a music venue for umpteen hours, even though I've done it before, it's, you know, it's a lot. So we all went hung out before they had to go on. They didn't go on until about 11:40 last night. But we basically went in about 9 o'clock and seen some of the acts. I went ahead and took some mushrooms. I was actually kind of out of it most of the day. Really tired, but I was still getting out and about and seeing people and, you know, networking and being a part of the community with different players in the music community. Because I know in order for me to be known, I have to suit up and show up in different areas of the community, outside of the circles and into different circles that do different styles of music in order to be noticed. I found I need to suit up and show up no matter, you know, no matter what the deal is, if it's feasible to me in the long run. Yeah, so I went ahead and took some mushrooms to wake my ass up, because that's how psychedelics do for me. They kind of like a little pick-me-up. I don't get visuals. I get a body high from things like that. You know, I feel a little lighter in my body and a little wavy per se, and it was good. I took those and I drank a NOS energy drink because I was like, I really need to wake up. Alcohol's not going to help that. And it pepped me up. Went into the show about 9:30 and listened to some weird fucking shit. It was like the perfect time to take mushrooms because every band was different. They had a different energy to them. They had a different signature style about them, and it was really cool. Really trippy music. Shecock blew my socks off. Didn't know what to expect. You got a dildo hanging off the guitar. The singer's dressed like a girl, and everybody else is like really dressed bougie in a sense. They have their own little style. Really cool band though. I loved it. They were what was another band, Ava's Eyes, I think it's called, Through Ava's Eyes. Phenomenal singer, phenomenal band. Really, you know, of course my boys from Wicked Temple touring up. I mean, this is just, it was a phenomenal night for music in Salt Lake City at this show, no doubt. And it really opened my eyes to how much raw talent that we don't see playing shows or getting gigs. And I don't know if it's from not trying, not being serious enough, not wanting to, or not networking, because this is a huge part. Being a musician is not just you show up for your rehearsals and you play a show. You know, this is about connecting with other musicians and connecting with your audience, the people that come to see you. And I feel like if you don't do that, you're not showing up at other people's shows or going out, you're not being noticed, and nothing can manifest through not doing things, for not suiting up and showing up and living this lifestyle. And you know, this doesn't have, and you know, people say sex, drugs, rock and roll. Yeah, it's all kind of intermingled in a sense, but it doesn't have to be the Motley Crue story. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. It easily could be, no doubt, but the groups I hang with, it doesn't seem like that's a big deal. Or maybe I just don't notice it, because when I suit up and show up for the music, I'm there for the music. Any other thing that we do, going out, hanging out, I mean, it's my family. These bandmates, these bands, these musicians, these people that are helping change perspective through music, helping relieve anxiety through the music, and giving a sense of aha, these are the moments we can create to help people forget about all the bullshit. And anytime you get in a moment like that, for me, is a great time. And then Tuesday, Jeannie and the Lost Boys, we're rehearsing our third rehearsal. Gonna add 2 more songs, tighten up 2 more songs, or start on 2 more songs to see how far we can get as far as like intermingling them with the other songs. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna do also an interview with Colin Arthur, who is the singer from Wicked Temple and also the guitar player for Jeannie and the Lost Boys. I'm gonna do an interview. We're gonna talk a little bit about, I think what's interesting is, you know, all of us kind of go out when we really don't want to, because we're either tired from the work week, or you know, sometimes it's just easy, especially if you have a house. If you have a house, it's easy to just say, I don't want to go, and veg the whole day, you know. When you're like me and you live in a car, you can only veg so much, then you're like, I'm in a car, I'm going to go somewhere, you know. That's how I am anyways, when I have the free time. Even when I don't have free time, I can make free time to, if it has to do with the music scene or helping somebody out, I can do that, because I set myself up to be able to do that. And this is one motto I always kind of stick by, is if I stay ready, I don't got to spend time getting ready. So I always like to stay prepared, like to stay on my toes, like to be able to shift perspective in order to complete certain things that come up in my life that I need to be a part of and be present for. And I've learned how to do that through different modalities of practicing certain rituals, because I get my mindset, my headspace clear, and my heart set to doing those things that I want to do and be a part of to the best of my ability, you know. And so, like, we stayed up, like, the show ended, we stayed till the end of the show. I think it was around 2 o'clock. We actually cleared out from the metro, and we were going to go down to the Pie Hole, which is supposedly a great pizza place. I never ate there. And drove by there, and it was just packed full of people. Like, I was like, no. All through the night, we've had exchange of energies, high on the mushrooms, and it's a lot, you know. It's exhausting. So my buddy called me up and said, hey, we're not doing this. If you want to come up to our house and stay the night, we'll go up there and drink a couple of beers, eat some food, and recalibrate, talk about the show, talk about, you know, it's a great time. So I stayed up there, and we all slept until about noon, ate a big breakfast. And this is what it's about, you know. This is how we maintain a good relationship with musicians and bandmates, even though, you know, because they are my bandmate for Jeannie and the, you know, Lost Boys. We are forming like a family, and I feel like it's very important, and everybody from that band showed up and stayed up and supported all the bands that when we got there we saw. Not saying we liked everything, but you know, that's neither here nor there. People stood up and showed up and did what they do, you know, and that's commendable, and it's exciting. It's what we do, but it's very important, I think, as a musician, to definitely show up to other shows and create that community, feel like it's family, you know. I think it's a big part of why some bands split up at times, because they're not going out and doing things on a normal basis, like going out and hanging out, and you know, because that's how you get to know your bandmates. You know, you can know them musically all you want, but hanging out and doing things, and you just talking about life and culture as it is and where it stands. And it's good for writing material as well. When you have those aha moments and those conversations, you never know where you're going to spark a song, a songwriting festival or something, So I think it's very important. A lot of us have been through crap, and that's why we're writing music about the crap we've been through. And it's very uplifting to those who can relate. And I love being a part of that. I love being a part of that process of intermingling and creating something that people can relate to and actually like and love, and be able to get them in touch with their energy and their intuition. And it's a great tool. Music is such a powerful tool. I love it, love it, love it. It's been my therapy for years, always will be, and I'm never gonna bitch about that. So yeah, a lot of stuff went on this weekend, a lot of late nights, last couple nights, but it's been great. I'm always learning. Anytime I can go to a show and just be dazzled, that's a good night for me. I love that. I love being able to do that. So, but yeah, I just want to send a little update on how my life's going. Energy work is still full in effect all the time, always. I got a lot of friends that are going through some shit, and I don't get to see them or talk to them because they kind of isolate and do their own thing, do their own process to get through whatever it is. And sometimes it does sadden me that not a lot of my friends who get in those situations would trust or reach out to me to get some energetic help, because I'm always available to do that, and I'm always willing to do that. And I just don't think, I think people are just having a hard time getting reprogramming themselves to have their own perspective rather than believe everything they're told. So when it comes to that, I think people have a hard time, and also people have a great time. They love being stuck in chaos. They love being stuck in turmoil. It's kind of the way they've lived for so long, so they're used to it. It's a comfort zone. It's what we make it, and it's what it is at times. I'm glad I've been able to shift my perspective and energy through following intuition and making better goals for myself, making better choices for myself. It's been mind-blowing, to say the least. So tonight I'm sleeping outside. I usually sleep in the garage as of lately, but we're in the mid-30s. I don't mind 30-degree weather. It feels good. I don't get hot. I don't feel sick from the heat. So I'm gonna camp out here in the truck lot tonight and get some good Z's. I had a great weekend. My cup is full, to say the least. Not just with seeing good bands and being amazed, and it's just about, I'm able to still, after everything I've been through, I'm still able to live life and have a happy perspective and know that I'm serving my purpose here. And that's part of having a happy perspective, is when you're in alignment with what you're here for. It sucks to wander around. In my opinion, it's never fun to be lost. It's always a good feeling to know that you're on a track you're put here to be on. It's very relieving. It takes a lot of pressure off, and it helps me be able to be more creative, because I'm not questioning my path. I'm just walking forward through the path. No questioning is needed. Trusting the process, because when you trust the process, you end up making progress on that. So yeah, just a little wordplay. Shots go out to Despise Icon. It's off one of that line is off one of their songs called Shadow Work, which is very freaking interesting and great song. Very chaotic, very crazy music, but the message behind it is so true, and it's just a great freaking song. So check it out. It's on their new album. Um, so yeah, Tuesday, which is in a couple days. Tomorrow's Monday. Back to the grind, doing the trailer thing, cleaning trucks. You know, moving forward with that, and looking forward to practice with Jeannie and the Lost Boys on Tuesday. In the interview with CK Author. I have a feeling it's going to be a really great interview. The process of doing interviews has been mind blowing to me, because there's a lot of people I'll ask, and some of them think they have nothing to share. Others know they have a lot to share and are scared to share it. So it's a miss and hit with some of the people I talk to do interviews. Sometimes they say yay, sometimes they say nay. But being a close friend of mine, I thought it was pertinent, being, one of the top metal bands locally in Salt Lake. I think it's going to be a great insight to where our community is sitting as of now, and where we'd like to see it shift to evolve to, because there is plenty of room to evolve in the music scene, and there's plenty of things that could be created when you get the right people together and kind of brainstorm some creative ideas to be able to fatten up and build a more solid foundation for the Salt Lake underground metal punk scene. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I think this year's going to be a very monumental year for music in Salt Lake. It's going to get bigger. It's going to grow. And I'm going to be in it. The Zombie Drummer is evolving to something a little bit bigger. I'm going to put my heart into motivating my other project to play some live shows, to get some exposure, because we haven't really played any live stuff. I got tons of videos on this channel of us evolving and playing and seeing what we're capable of as far as a two-piece goes, and what we can do. And so far I've been impressed. I love jazz music, I love blues, and I love metal, so we're like intermingling all these different genres together, and it's been really fun. And I think once we get it on stage, that it's going to blow up. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be appreciated as well. So it's just a matter of, let's just do it, type deal. Let's not question. We've gotten all the green light signs to go ahead and book a show, which is easy to do. And so it's gonna be great. Thursday at Aces High, Wicked Temple is playing with, have to do an update on that, but it's gonna be a good show. Looking forward to it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Namaste to all you guys, because the weirdness in me uplifts and supports the weirdness in you from a distance, always from a distance, not coming in too close, just holding space for people that are looking for what's next. Open-minded enough to figure out that they might need some more tools in their toolbox. They might need to learn a few more tricks in order to get through this life fluently, whether it be through the music or whether it be through just everyday ritualistic things that make your life seem a little bit more better, to make your mind seem a little less anxious, and just more confident to move through life and go outside the comfort zone, go outside that box of comfort and do something different, and maneuver through life like you want to, and have some experiences, create some moments, because you have to put in the work. You can't, it's just like, if I want to be a big part of this music community, I got to show up to shows, even if I don't want to. Show up and show up, even if you don't want to. Have a good attitude, though. If the attitude sucks, then probably don't show up. But every time I see a window of opportunity to suit up and show up to a show or to a practice or to whatever it is, that puts a smile on my face, because I know I'm in my purpose, it's meant to be. So living in the now, that's what it's all about. Let's do this. Let's have a great week. Take care.